Hi, my YouTube family. Welcome to my channel. Thank you so much for joining me today. The name is CeeChronicles, and my content is mostly fragrance reviews, fashion and lifestyle videos. So if you're coming here for the first time, that is what to expect, and I do hope you consider subscribing. To my returning subscribers, thank you so much for coming back. I am back and I'm feeling a lot better now. So I'm back with the reviews as promised. I'm gonna be talking about Kismet today by Maison Alhambra. This is not new. It's got a couple of fingerprints. I can see that. I think I touched it when I had some lotion or something. Okay. I'm going to be talking about this fragrance, Kismet by Maison Alhambra, and it says for men. Okay, so I'm just going to give you a quick in-depth review. It comes in 100 ml, and this is the packaging. You open it like this. It sits there prettily, and that is the bottle. Okay, so yeah, the bottle actually snuggles in, so it's quite tight. It's not going to fall or anything when you open, or at least mine was tight. Okay, just to be on the safe side. I don't want somebody's bottle falling and then they say, oh, you said it didn't, it was tight. Okay, so Kismet, this is the fragrance in question. Okay, that is the packaging. Very heavy bottle off the cuff. I'm going to spray it on a piece of paper and then I'll tell you my thoughts. Okay, as usual, I've been trying to hunt the notes for this particular fragrance, guys. Sorry, I put a little bit too much there. It was dripping. I've been trying to get the notes for this fragrance. There's a lot of notes flying about, but I'm not quite convinced in what I was coming across, so I'm going to tell you my thoughts. However, the notes that I came across on the internet were suggestive of the fact that this fragrance would have some coffee, some cacao, some nutmeg, some patchouli, sandalwood, vetiver, some vanilla. Okay, but I'm going to tell you what my nose tells me. Okay, I can definitely smell the vanilla. That's something I can say is in there. A bit of some vetiver maybe, but the vetiver in here is not too masculine, because vetiver turns to give some depth into a lot of masculine fragrances, so it kind of gives it that pungentness, or that masculine thing that you kind of associate with a lot of male fragrances. I don't particularly get that here. However, I would say if the vetiver is in here, which I would like to believe it is, okay, because there is a touch of masculineness here, but it's so subtle. Okay, really, really subtle. Okay, and then what my nose is getting, okay, I'm getting a lot of spiciness here, which I will attribute possibly to maybe pink pepper or even black pepper. There is a lot of spiciness here, and then something comes in that feels a bit citrusy, like orange blossom. Okay, something wraps up this fragrance, making it feel like it's a bit citrusy. Then that vanilla, like I said, in the beginning, and then maybe something feels fruity as well. And these kind of fruity, the fruits that I pick here could be pear, it could be apricot, it could be some apple, or it could be just mixed fruits, but something does feel like fruit in this particular fragrance. Okay, now going on to how it actually opens up. This fragrance opens up with a soft serving of virtually everything that it represents. So the first spray is going to give you everything except for one thing. Okay, it's going to give you everything except for that spicy kick that starts to develop at least maybe 10 minutes into the fragrance. That's how my nose is interpreting this fragrance. Okay, you get that refined, very soft vanilla that is carried by this peppery this black pepper or the pink pepper. Okay, and then there's an embery kind of feel, something that feels embery here wraps it up as well. Okay, it does feel like it has something, a fruit that is watered down. I don't know whether it's apricot, so I don't want you to go after this fragrance expecting a lot of fruit. This is not going to be your fruit bomb, in as much as I feel there may be a lot of fruits in here. The actual fruits that are here are so toned down. They're put in in very small doses, if I may say. So it's not going to serve you a fruit bomb. Okay, it's not going to be something along the lines of Jimmy Choo Blossom or something along those lines that is a thick, fruity kind of presentation. This is not. It does, however, feel like it does have like that pear, something feels like apple, something feels like apricot as well, and then those citruses that wrap it around. Okay, and then that tangy orange blossom. It is a slightly sweet fragrance. Okay, so yes, it's marketed for men, but to me it pulls more unisex, in fact leaning more feminine, because it's got that sweet, that really sweet, not too sweet, but it's got like a sweetness vibe around it, which is something that if you were if a man bought this and they were expecting, or you blind bought this and you were expecting the stereotype kind of male scent profile, you might actually not get that in here, and you may get disappointed, to a point where I thought, okay, I've been looking at this fragrance. The one I was actually on the lookout for was Kismet, the white one, because the white one is supposed to be for ladies, and I kept seeing this one everywhere, and my stockist just kept on, he had this in stock all the time. Up to now, he doesn't have the the white one that is supposed to be for women. So I just one day thought, let me just pull the trigger and buy this, because it wasn't expensive at all. And then when I sprayed it, I was actually surprised, thinking, wait a minute, is this supposed to be masculine? Is this supposed to be for men? I feel they should have just gone ahead and left that without saying for men, because this is a perfectly unisex fragrance. I'm not saying it's for women alone. So men, don't come after me. I know a lot of men probably love this, because it is one of those very beautifully well blended, well made fragrances. Okay, it's not heavy at all, and it is not heavy at all. It's quite light. Okay, so it's not going to be you're cloying. Well, it depends on the nose, but it doesn't cloy me at all. I get a light, a very airy, soft, slightly sweet, super spicy. There's a spice in here that just gives it like a sophistication. It gives it like a really beautiful touch, because I can think, I was just thinking, without that spice, or that spicy pink pepper, or something that feels like black pepper, without that spicy thing going on there, this would have taken a different turn altogether. Okay, so this piercing black pepper or pink pepper actually makes this fragrance work for me, at least. It is also a very intimate fragrance. Okay, quite one fragrance that I do not see cloying anybody, at least to my nose. It's quite subtle. Okay, it's quite subtle. Unfortunately, the lasting power I got on the clothes was 4 hours, 4.5, pushing it, depending on the number of sprays. If you spray like crazy, which is what I'm what I'm doing these days. I've had this one for less than 6 weeks, but I don't know, I there was a time I didn't spray this at all when I wasn't feeling well, of course. Otherwise, if I did not have the case of the Rona, I would have maybe gone through a lot more than this. Okay, so if you go heavy on the bottle, it'll give you more. Obviously, you'll get maybe 6 hours or something along them lines. But I was spraying it. I sprayed it when I bought it, and then I was doing maybe 8, 10, 12 sprays. I don't count most of the time. And if you do a lot of sprays, it does try to push. But if you do just a general 6 sprays, 2 here, 2 there, this might disappear on you. Okay, on the skin, it stays on the skin, but not for longer than an hour and a half, 2. Okay, so it's not a good skin scent. At least for me, my skin swallows this fragrance. So I don't know whether that would happen in any other person's case, but in my case, it just gets swallowed by the skin. But on the clothes, it does work a little better. If you spray it on the skin, it will give you like a kind of like a body mist kind of vibe, because it does not have that beast performance. Okay, which is something that I was pulling myself apart. Does it actually have vetiver? Because vetiver tends to pull fragrances more masculine, tends to give fragrances, that kind of dry. I can agree on the dry part, that it does have a dry kind of earthiness to it. Yeah, it has a dry kind of earthiness to it, but it doesn't have a pungentness or, the typical way vetiver kind of turns fragrances to, pulling it more masculine. It does not pull more masculine at all. However, it's very intimate. It's very intimate, and it's very versatile. That's what I meant to say, because I have said it's intimate already. It is a very versatile, fragrance, a very calming one as well. One that I just see myself going to for many times it's an easy reach for me, so don't let the bottle presentation intimidate you. I mean, women out there, it is a very easy reach, and I feel men will probably feel the same as well. It does have like a little juiciness going on there, but not too much. So this is not going to be your fruit juice punch. Okay, it's got a little bit of juiciness. Definitely something here feels like that pear, maybe mixing with the apricot. Giving it something that feels a lot more juicy. There could be a rose in here, but that will be also very watered down, because like I said, I'm not going to go with the notes that I've seen online, because the notes online say it's got cacao. I don't get cacao. It says it's got coffee. I don't get that. Nutmeg, I don't get that as well. At least to my nose, I'm not smelling any of that. And it does say, some of the notes claim that it's boozy. I don't get any booziness here. So if you buy this for the sake of booziness, you probably may be disappointed. It may have a little bit of some patchouli, but not too much to take over. Okay, so what you expect here is going to be like a powdery, a powdery kind of slightly musky, slightly sweet, slightly peppery, spicy, very beautiful fragrance. Okay, very beautiful fragrance, quite earthy as well, but really sophisticated. It is a different one, so you can go ahead and try this if it's something that you feel you want. And okay, I know I've rambled a lot about it being pulling, or at least appealing to me as a feminine fragrance. But yes, I do get that this is a fragrance that both sexes can wear. So all I was just saying is I would have wished that they didn't put this for men, because I think they have trimmed down their clientele in terms of people who can buy this, unless you followed reviews. Okay, so yeah, there you have it. I'm not going to compare it with something. I'm going to make a second video where I compare it with one fragrance within my collection, which it took me by surprise, completely shocked me, the similarities. So I'm going to bring you a video after this one, comparing the two fragrances. However, it's a fragrance that I honestly like, and I will get a backup bottle of. CeeChronicles is my name. Thank you so much for joining me today. I've been talking about Kismet. Okay, Kismet by Maison Alhambra, and it is marketed for men. However, ladies, you can grab this if you want it. This is a gorgeous fragrance. Stay blessed, stay safe, turn on post notifications so that you are notified anytime I upload a video. Like this video if you like it, share it if you want to share it, and remember, smelling good is a form of good manners. Cheers.